everything. Sorry it was late. It was one of those crazy kind of days.
Oh yeah.
So
No
I'll
worries.
check and see how we're doing.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Royal Brome Pavilion in Seattle, Washington. I'm Greg Sexton with you, and we have two games coming up. First of all, the women matching up here, the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks taking on the Seattle Pacific University Falcons as the GNAC schedule gets underway tonight, as the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves will be here on Saturday, both their women's and men's teams. But tonight it's the Nanooks, as the Nanooks come in. The women's team comes in with a 2-8 record. However, they lost their first 8. They have won their last 2, as they won 2 at home over Thanksgiving weekend, Friday and Saturday. And so they come in on a little bit of a roll. Falcons 1-5 to start the season, and they got their one win fairly early on. They have lost 4 in a row now, and so they're trying to get going in the right direction here at home tonight. Neither of these teams have really put up great numbers so far, but Mike Simonson talking about his team, he likes where they're going, as Mike Simonson in his 6th year coaching the Seattle Pacific University Falcons. They only return one starter this year, and that is Hunter Buren. Skylar Berry, coming off the bench last year, is in the starting lineup now. And 3 new players in the lineup as well. The Nanooks with an injury to Destiny Reimers. And other than that, they're getting a lot out of Emma Wass this year. Emma McKinney leading them in scoring. They're leading their active players in scoring. As we get a look at the Nanooks in the blue and gold, it'll be Ellen Silva, junior from Fairbanks, Alaska, in the circle, going up against Skylar Berry. For the Nanooks, Amy Donovan is in her 2nd year as the head coach, and both of these teams trying to get a little past, the middle of the pack this year in the GNAC, as this one is won by the Nanooks and going to the bucket and blocked by Skylar Berry. Kayla Johnson, rather. Kayla Johnson goes to the bucket and is blocked by Skylar Berry, and the Falcons already making a substitution here as Haley-Ann Ota checks out with 6 seconds gone in the first quarter, and Hunter Buren onto the floor now. And I actually said that Hunter Buren was the returning starter. Haley Marlowe is in the lineup. Now Hunter Buren is out there as well. Grace Leisure, Olivia Mayer, who is leading the Falcons in points and rebounds, as there's a quick shot up off the back iron, no good. And we get another whistle here. And this one off to a bit of a slow start, but it'll be Skylar Berry being whistled for a foul here. She came up with a clean block on the play before. This will be Emma Wass to the free throw line, and she's having a good year, a senior out of Manhattan, Montana, as she comes in averaging 9 points per ball game, 10.5 rebounds. For the Falcons, Olivia Mayer, as Wass gets both free throws here. Olivia Mayer, 10.7 points per ball game, 8.2 rebounds. And Mayer coming to the right side as Leisure is up top with the ball right now. Berry will swing it to Buren on the left wing. Here's Mayer getting it to Grace Leisure. She steps into the lane, puts it up and in with the left hand. Nice looking floater there from Grace Leisure, and we're tied at 2. Grace Leisure, the redshirt freshman, averaging 7.3 points per ball game. And it's knocked into the back court. But Emma McKinney will stick with it. 2-2 your score here in the early going. This one thrown underneath, and it's knocked out of bounds, last touched by Hunter Buren. And so the Nanooks will keep it with 11 on the shot clock. Neither of these teams really with a great assist-to-turnover ratio, as both teams have turned it over. And there's another one right there as McKinney thinking that it was deflected out of bounds, but officials didn't see it that way. And they give the ball to the Falcons with 9:04 to go here in the first quarter. GNAC opener for both of these teams. And on Saturday, Anchorage will be here. Fairbanks will be at Montana State Billings. Anchorage is there tonight. Here is Hunter Buren with a drop step in the lane, and she gets it to Skylar Berry for the deuce. Skylar Berry with her first 2 points of the ball game, and it's 4-2, Falcons on top. This one, let's see, they're going to get a foul here on Haley Marlowe. That'll be her first second team foul on the Falcons. As coming in is going to be Taryn Lindsay, redshirt sophomore from Fountain, Colorado, and she will inbound it. Gets it in to Kayla Johnson, and then Lindsay gets it back. 4-2, Falcons with the lead. Silva will hand off to Lindsay. Lindsay trying to create space, gets it out to Wax for a three, and that one's well off the mark. And it's rebounded by Grace Leisure. That one came up empty there, and the Falcons back the other way. Both of these teams so far averaging under 50 points per game as a team, as Marlowe puts one off the back iron, no good. And the rebound comes down to Ellen Silva. But the assist to turnover ratio, as I was mentioning, not really good for either of these teams. As there's Wass going to the bucket, and she lays it up and in. There's an assist. And we're 4. Falcons on the season coming into the game, 62 assists, 99 turnovers. Here is Leisure getting it to Buren, and it's poked away. And it'll stay here with SPU. Nanoks have played 2 more games. No, I'm sorry, make that 4 more games. Falcons have played 6. Nanoks have played 10. But the Nanoks, with 110 assists on the season and 223 turnovers, so almost, actually it is more than double. There's a shot clock violation. That's a turnover. As ball went up and did not draw iron. And so we're still tied at 4 as the Nanoks will bring it the other way. Taryn Lindsay up top for a 3 from Kayla Johnson, and she couldn't get it to go, but the Nanoks keep possession. 4-4 your score. Under 7 minutes to go first quarter. And we get a whistle here on the drive as that's going to be, they are going to call that on Grace Leisure. And so Fairbanks will have it on the baseline with 20 on the shot clock, 6:50 to go in the first quarter. 4-4 your score. Lindsay will get an inbounds. And she's going to get called for 5 seconds. And the Falcons force another turnover here. We're going back the other way. Not the cleanest start to the game, really, for either team here. But we're early on in the season. The Nanoks here tonight and will be at Montana State Billings on Saturday. They don't play again until January after that. Falcons will have a total of 4 non-conference games before they play in the GNAC again, as they're going to say that Hunter Buren stepped on the sideline. And so another turnover sends it back the Nanoks' way. As Emma McKinney gets up off the bench, gets ready to check in. Haley-Ann Ota to do the same for the Falcons. And Lindsay rather, has it poked away. And Leisure coming the other way with it. Here's Buren. Floater in the lane, puts it in. Nice looking one-hander there from Hunter Buren, as she got it over the trees. And it is now 6-4. Falcons with the lead. Wass with it, being guarded by Skylar Berry. And now here's Silva trying to get it down low for Berry. It's poked away. It'll stay with the Nanoks with 5:46 to go in the first quarter. Haley-Ann Ota checking in for the Falcons. And Emma McKinney, as well as Jada Van Dyke, in for Fairbanks. Van Dyke, a junior out of Harriman, Utah. And McKinney was in the starting lineup as the Falcons bring it back the other way. McKinney, a senior out of Springfield, Oregon. Here's Olivia Mayer, transfer from Whitworth in Spokane. And this will be a three on the way from Hunter Buren. She puts it in. And the Falcons now leading 9-4. Buren with 5 points. 5 on back-to-back possessions for Hunter Buren. Here's Wass taking a three. And this one does not draw iron. And she's had a couple of those. Good look at it, but does not draw iron. And the Falcons will have it out of bounds. Wass will check out. And now in is Echo Hopkins for the Nanoks. Here's Buren getting it across midcourt. Getting a screen from Mayer. Here's Leisure now in the post for Berry. Berry going around Silva, and Silva commits the foul. And that'll take us to a timeout on the floor. 4:54 to go, first quarter. And SPU on top, 9-4. We'll be right back in just a moment on the SPU webcast. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Falcons lead at 9-4 as they will bring in Lane Kearns after the timeout. Fairbanks with the same 5 that were on the floor prior to the timeout. Here's Leisure in the post for Berry. And now Buren with it. Hunter Buren will drive. Kick it back out to Berry. Berry finds Leisure for a three, and she rushed it to beat the shot clock. Couldn't get it to go in. Got the attempt up, though. And the Nanoks with the rebound coming the other way. Falcons actually shooting the ball at a 50% clip so far in this one. With the miss there, and they're now 4 for 8. And they call the Nanoks for another turnover there. I believe they called a traveling violation. Nice catch in the lane for Leisure. And she turns and puts it up and in off the glass. Good looking move there by Grace Leisure. She caught it down underneath the bucket and was able to spin out of there and get a good shot up. 11-4, Falcons with the lead. Here's a three on the way from McKinney. That one's short. Rebound will be caught there by Hunter Buren as Leisure was going after it too. Here's Ota for Buren. And now Berry trying to drive in the lane and has had it taken away by Jada Van Dyke from behind. but it'll stay with the Falcons. Falcons now 5 for 9 from the floor, and the Nanoks just 1 for 7. Here's Kearns, and she walked to the basketball there, trying to get started. So a turnover. And as I mentioned, both of these teams having some turnover issues so far in this season. Third turnover for the Falcons, and the Nanoks already with 5 here in the first quarter. Down low, Silva had it knocked away. It'll stay with the Nanoks as the Falcons tip it out. 3:19 to go in the first quarter. And the Nanoks haven't scored in a little while here. That one knocked out, and it'll stay again with Alaska Fairbanks. Ball comes in to Hopkins, and it's taken away. Lane Kearns coming the other way with it. Ota for Kearns. Kearns cross court, and we get a whistle as Leisure made the catch, but you're going to call a foul on Haley Marlowe away from the ball. And that is her second. As the other number 12, Echo Hopkins, comes out. Destiny Johnson, or Kayla Johnson, rather, back in for the Nanoks. Leisure will come out. Marlowe will stay out there with 2 fouls. And 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And that one put up by McKinney, and she left it short, but now Kearns coming the other way, has it picked. And the Nanoks get it right back. Johnson puts up the turnaround jumper and leaves it short. Falcons back the other way. Here's Olivia Mayer getting to the bucket. Couldn't get it to go. Taps it out to Ota. And now Marlowe. Ota with a 3 on the way. Off the back iron. No good. Rebound Marlowe. She's trying to get it to Skylar Berry there, and it's knocked away. And here come the Nanoks the other way. This will be McKinney for a 3 from the left wing, and that one is all net. So the Nanoks break their scoreless run there with a 3 from McKinney, and it's 11-7. Falcons with a 4-point lead. Here's Kearns in the corner. She'll get it to Berry, and they'll swing it around. Berry from the top of the key, and couldn't get it to go. That one drew iron, but kind of a brick there. As this one goes up from Silva, that one does not go down. We get a whistle on the rebound. Grace Leisure will check back in for SPU, as will Amelia Bishop. And for Fairbanks, coming in is Taylor Tiulana and Anna Nevison. Anna Nevison, a freshman from Halifax, United Kingdom. As a long way to go to Alaska, to Fairbanks, Alaska. Kearns misses on the 3. And here is Jada Van Dyke the other way. Gains control of it again. Just over a minute to play in the first quarter. 11-7 Falcons. Wask gets down low. Couldn't get the shot to go. And the Falcons will take it back the other way. Kearns will kick it in the corner. And Leisure got the shot up. And they're going to say it's a 2-shot foul. So Wask commits the foul. As Buren and Mayer back in for SPU. And for Fairbanks, it's Tristan Martin, Jr. from Fairbanks, Alaska, went to Miami-Dade College and transferred back home. Grace Leisure putting in the first free throw. Leisure at the free throw line this year, 83%, and knocks down both. Actually, yes, knocks down both here. My eyes did not deceive me. Just took a minute for the second one to go up on the scoreboard. This is Van Dyke being guarded by Mayer. And now Silva will kick it out, and Buren comes over and blocks the shot. And the Falcons take it back. Lane Kearns will get it ahead for Mayer. She's going to stop in transition and put in a 2. As she had a foot on the line there. A couple of feet on the line, I believe. But Olivia Mayer, her first 2 points of the ballgame. 15-7. Falcons with the lead, and the shot clock is off now. So the Nanoks can play for the final shot here in the first quarter. This is Nevison. And she'll kick it to Silva. Silva turning around in the lane. Couldn't get it to go. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Falcons lead it after one, 15-7. As both Leisure and Leisure and Buren with 5 points apiece for the Falcons. We'll get you some more stats when we come back in just a moment on the SPU webcast. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Falcons lead at 15-7 after one quarter of play. Falcons shooting 43% from the floor, and the Nanoks just 14%. Each team has made a 3, and each team has gone 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Falcons have out-rebounded the Nanoks 12-7. And Falcons with their largest lead of the game right now, 15-7. As Emma Wass with 4 points, Emma McKinney with 3 for the Nanoks. This one, the rebound comes down to Lane Kearns in the free throw, in the lane there. And she puts it up and in. And Kearns is on the board for the Falcons. And they lead by 10. Nice move to the bucket there as Tristan Martin takes the pass and lays it up and in. And she's on the board now with her first 2. 6 points for Leisure. 5 for Buren. I think I said 5 and 5, but it is 6 and 5. Now Hunter Buren putting in a 3. And the Falcons now with an 11-point lead, 20-9. And there's Bishop with a block. And Leisure with a steal. So the Falcons coming the other way, playing some good defense there. A 3 up from the corner by Kearns is no good. Mayer sticks it back up and in and draws the foul. Olivia Mayer will head to the free throw line for an opportunity at a 3-point play. As the Falcons have forged a 22-9 lead here early in the second quarter. Wass will check back in. And so will Kayla Johnson. Olivia Mayer at the free throw line trying to make this a 3-point play and give the Falcons a 14-point lead. And she does. Mayer has not been to the free throw line a ton of times this year. 3 for 5 coming into the game. And now the Falcons with another block on the defensive end. Here is Buren. She'll feed it to Bishop, cutting into the lane, and she couldn't get the shot to go. It's a good-looking cut there, and Bishop just was off the mark with the shot. Here's Martin for Wass. And now this will be McKinney driving, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Falcons. And the Nanoks will keep it with 8:12 to go here in the second quarter. Pass comes in to Kayla Johnson. She fumbled it a bit, but she draws the foul. And this one is going to go on Grace Leisure. That'll be her second. Each team with one team foul here in the second quarter. And the Falcons up double digits here, but Kayla Johnson at the free throw line puts in the first one. And she'll get one more here. That one off the back iron, no good. Johnson splits a pair of free throws. Here's Kearns the other way for the Falcons. Marlowe, Buren rather, gets it to Bishop, and she tried to save it in bounds there. Kearns actually tried to save it in bounds and couldn't do it. And so the Falcons turn it back over. Skylar Berry and Haley Ann Ota both checking back in for the Falcons with 7:55 to go here in the second quarter. 23-10, Falcons in front. Jelena Carlisle will get up off the bench for SPU. And we get a whistle and a foul. And that one is going on Olivia Mayer. That's just her first. Carlisle will check in for Kearns. Jelena Carlisle, a junior out of Camas, Washington. Wass with it on top. Feeds a nice pass underneath to Johnson. Johnson couldn't get the first shot to go. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up and in. And Kayla Johnson with her own cheering section here tonight. She's just from down the road in Federal Way, Washington. A sophomore. This one fumbled by Barry, but Carlisle's there to pick it up. 3 on the way from Buren is no good. Falcons keep possession, though. And here's Buren pulling up and leaving it short. That one was contested by Tristan Martin. As the Nanoks will take it back the other way, trailing by 11. Getting into the lane to Yolana, gets it to Martin, and that one rims out. Rebound, though, to Kayla Johnson. She puts it up and in. And Mike Simonson wants to take a timeout here. Johnson with 5 points in the ball game now. 6:45 to go, second quarter. And we will step aside here briefly on the SPU webcast. 23-14, Falcons with the lead. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Falcons lead at 23-14. Kayla Johnson responsible for a 5-0 run for the Nanoks by herself as she scored the last 5 in the ball game. to get the Nanoks within 9, as they were down by 14 moments ago. Falcons with possession. And here's Buren across midcourt being guarded by Johnson. Buren drives and will kick it to Skylar Berry. Berry finds Ota cutting into the lane, and Ota draws the foul on Tiulana. And so Haley Ann Ota will head to the free throw line. Tiulana with her first foul. Tiulana, a junior out of Anchorage, Alaska. Went to the other university in Alaska that's in the GNAC. As Ota knocks down the first free throw. Gets the second one up and good as well. Haley Ann Ota, freshman from Honolulu, Hawaii. And now 5 of 6 at the line on the season for Haley Ann. Here's Wass down underneath, blocked. And Falcons able to get that block cleanly without committing a foul there. And here they come back the other way. Carlisle walked to the basketball. And it'll go back to the Nanoks. They trail by 11 with 6:07 to go here in the quarter. As Hallie Warham out there now, wearing number 44 for the Nanoks. Here's Kayla Johnson trying to get it down low, and Skylar Berry right there to pick it off. Falcons back the other way. Here's Ota. For Buren, a wide open 3, and she puts it in. Hunter Buren having success out there beyond the arc, and she's got 11 points in the ballgame now. 28-14. Falcons have extended their lead back up to 14. And we'll get a whistle here and a foul. And this one's going on Jelena Carlisle. That'll be her first. Jada Van Dyke will check back in for Kayla Johnson. Buren having a good first half. 4 of 6 from the floor overall and 3 of 4 beyond the arc. Got a couple of rebounds, 2 assists, and a block to go with 11 points. 28-14, Falcons with the lead. Here's McKinney. 6 on the shot clock. Tried to throw it down low for Wass, and there's Ota right there to pick it off. Buren thought about taking another 3. Steps inside instead and puts up the floater. Couldn't get it to go, though. And I believe they got Tiulana for traveling there. So the Falcons take it back. Another turnover. Hallie Warham in there for Fairbanks. She's a freshman from Edmonds, Washington. As both of these teams with a handful of local products. Berry puts it up from the free throw line, puts it in. Skylar Berry gives the Falcons a 16-point lead, and Amy Donovan has seen enough. She takes a timeout here with 4:51 to go in the first half, and the Falcons out to a 16-point lead, 30-14. We'll be back in just a moment on the SPU webcast. Back inside Royal Burham Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you, trying to figure out how to cut that ad short. As Fairbanks called for an offensive foul coming out of the timeout. And the Falcons will take it back again. Hallie Warham was on the bench momentarily, is now back out there. Ellen Silva checked in at the timeout. Now Emma Wass will check out. And here is Buren looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets it over to Carlisle, who had it poked away. Gets it back. Puts up the shot off the back iron. No good. And it's out of bounds. Last touched by SPU. 30-14, Falcons with the lead as we tick down toward 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Pass comes out on top for Tiolana, and that one off the back iron, no good. Here's Buren pulling up at the free throw line, and Tiolana ties her up, gets the held ball call. And Fairbanks will take it back on the alternating possession. So Tiolana with the defense there. And it is now in possession of the Nanooks. Here's Warham. We'll hand back off to Tiolana. Tiolana coming to the top of the key. Warham down low for Silva. Gets it over Skylar Berry. And a good find there as Silva with an easy bucket off the glass. And those are her first 2 points of the ball game. 30-16 as Mayer drives, kicks it to Berry at the free throw line. That one rims around and falls out. And the Nanooks with the rebound. They throw it away though, as McKinney leading Van Dyke a little too far there. Kayla Johnson back in for Fairbanks. And Lane Kearns back onto the floor now for SPU. 3:02 to go first half. Ota will come out. Kearns will bring it across midcourt and get it back to Hunter Buren. Buren having a good first half. Here's Kearns for Mayer for a three from the top of the key. Kind of a line drive there, goes down, and the Falcons take a 17-point lead. Here's Johnson cutting the other way and puts it up and in as she goes to the bucket on the fast break. 33-18. Kearns for Buren with under 2.5 to go here in the first half. Berry will get it to Carlisle. Cross court for Kearns. And they're going to say Kearns walked to the basketball, trying to do the Euro step there. But apparently took one too many steps. As both teams have gotten called for traveling on a couple of occasions here in the early going. Here's Kayla Johnson pulling up in the lane, leaving it short. And the Falcons with the rebound the other way. Buren getting it in the corner, and that one well off the mark by Kearns. Rebound ends up in the hands of Ellen Silva. And the Nanooks the other way with it. McKinney will get it into Silva. And now McKinney gets it back with 15 on the shot clock. Johnson drives, goes up with the floater, couldn't get it to go. Johnson gets her own rebound though, and it's blocked, and they're going to get a foul. And so Emma Johnson will head to the Kayla Johnson rather will head to the free throw line as the foul called on Lane Kearns with 1:28 to go here in the first half. Kayla Johnson to the free throw line. She's got 7 points in the ball game. And averaging 9.7 points per game on the season. 4.5 rebounds as well. And she puts in the first free throw. Johnson 63% from the free throw line coming into the game. And she gets both of them here. So the Nanoks back within 13. And under a minute and a half to play here in the first half. Here's Buren getting it to Skylar Berry. Driving now is Kearns, and they're going to say she pushed off on Jada Van Dyke. And so Kearns gets called for the offensive foul. That'll be her second. And did just extend the arm there a little bit. So another turnover. Going back the other way now. Kayla Johnson drives, puts it up, puts it in. And she will be at the free throw line with a chance to get the Nanoks back to within 10. Kayla Johnson with 11 points here in the first half. Hunter Buren with 11 for SPU. Kayla Johnson has half of her team's points. And she will have a chance at another one here. That one is up and in. And the Nanoks are back within 10 now. Johnson with 12 points. Here's Buren. Nice move into the lane. Lays it up and in. And Hunter Buren with 13 points in the ball game now. Nice little spin move out there near the three-point arc. And was able to drive all the way to the bucket. Hunter Buren having a good game tonight here. Here's Silva for Johnson. Johnson up over Carlisle, and they're going to get Carlisle for a foul. And that is going to be her third. So she'll check out. Haley-Ann Ota back in with 23.1 left on the clock here in the first half. And Kayla Johnson back to the free throw line. And misses the first. It's been Hunter Buren for SPU and Kayla Johnson for Alaska Fairbanks. Johnson with the second free throw, and that one is good. So Johnson 3 out of 4 on the last couple of trips. And the Falcons now able to play for the final shot here in the first half. They have an 11-point lead. And Hunter Buren, being guarded by Jada Van Dyke, gets a screen from Mayer. And now Buren looking for somewhere to go with it. Gets it to Kearns. 4 on the game clock. And she kind of hoisted that one up, forced it up, and did not get a good look at it. Nanoks will take down the rebound, and that'll do it for the first half of action here from Royal Bourne Pavilion. Falcons get out to a double-digit lead, 35-24, your score at halftime. We will step aside momentarily on the SPU webcast and be back with you in a few minutes with some first half stats later on in the halftime break. We will take a look around the GNAC and see what else is going on tonight around the conference. 35-24 Falcons at the break. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Falcons with a 35-24 lead at halftime. As we get you some of the first half stats. First of all, the team stats as the Falcons go 40%, make it 41%, 40.6. We'll round it up from the floor overall, and they go 44% beyond the arc, 4 of 9 out there. Nanook's just 29% from the floor and only 14% out beyond the arc. Nanook's went 7 of 9 at the free throw line. Falcons went 5 of 5. And the Falcons out-rebounding the Nanooks in the first half by a margin of 21-18. Each team with 5 assists and each team with double-digit turnovers, as the Nanooks have turned it over 12 times. Falcons have turned it over 11 times. Individually, a couple of good games, a couple of games on each side, good games by a player on each side, as Kayla Johnson with 13 points, 3 rebounds for the Nanooks. She goes just 4 of 12 from the floor overall. She went 5 of 7 at the free throw line and came up with a steal as well. For SPU, they get 13 from Hunter Buren, a couple of rebounds, 2 assists as well, and a blocked shot. As she plays 17 minutes in the first half, goes 5 of 8 from the floor overall, 3 of 4 beyond the arc. And Buren with 13 points in the first half. Olivia Mayer chips in 8 points and 5 rebounds for SPU. She came up with a steal as well. A lot of turnovers. I kind of was looking at the team stats coming into this game, and both teams have turned the ball over a healthy amount, and no difference here tonight. But the Falcons with an 11-point lead at the break, and they'll try to make that stand up through another 20 minutes of action coming up in the second half. We will take another break here on the SPU webcast and come back in a few minutes. We will take a look around the GNAC and see what else is going on tonight, as 8 GNAC teams playing in conference games tonight. One in a non-conference game as well. We'll tell you about that when we come back. 35-24 Falcons at the break. Welcome back inside Royal Burma Pavilion in Seattle, Washington. Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Falcons with a 35-24 lead at halftime. As we take a look around the GNAC, 3 games getting underway at 5:15 tonight. This one of them. Montana State Billings actually is in a different time zone. They're in the Mountain Time Zone, 5:15 local there. But they're hosting Alaska Anchorage tonight. And Northwest Nazarene is down the road in Lacey taking on St. Martin's, also a 5:15 local start, as that one started at the same time as this one. Central Washington is at Western Oregon at 7:30, coming up a little later, as their men's team's playing the early game of a doubleheader. Central Washington at Western Oregon. Western Washington and Simon Fraser not in action tonight. They will meet up in Bellingham on Saturday. But Biola, coming from Southern California to visit both of those schools. And Biola is at Western Washington tonight. That'll be a 7 o'clock tip. They played Simon Fraser in Burnaby, British Columbia on Tuesday. And Biola won that game 69-63. So far, this is the first night of conference games, but Western Washington off to a 5-1 start in non-conference play. Montana State Billings at 6-2. Central Washington 6-3. Simon Fraser having a pretty good start as well, 7-4. But Alaska Anchorage really picked to. They were picked to finish third in the GNAC, and they are off to a 2-3 start. So not a lot of games, not a big sample size there. But Anchorage at 2-3. SPU bringing up the rear with just 1 win in 6 attempts. Everybody else in the GNAC has at least 2 non-conference wins, including these Alaska Fairbanks Nanoks, who are in with a record of 2-8. As we will get you ready for second half action coming up shortly here. We'll step aside again for a little bit here. The Falcons again with a 35-24 lead at the break. We'll be right back. Back inside Royal Burma Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Falcons lead it by a count of 35-24 at the break as we get ready for second half action coming up. Mentioned in the Open that Destiny Reimers is out for the Nanooks. Didn't notice right away that Lola Weatherspoon is out for the Falcons, and she's got a walking boot on her foot. But she has started every game for the Falcons, and we have not seen her at all tonight. But she's got that walking boot on her foot, so we will hope that she is able to recover quickly and get some more action, some more game action in later this year. Falcons with the opening possession of the second half, and here's Grace Leisure, a three from the top of the key. That one rattles in and out, and Emma Wass with the rebound. Nanooks the other way, and McKinney was trying to get it to Silva. Silva didn't see it coming, and the Falcons, fortunately for them, did not get a hand on it as that one goes sailing out of bounds. And the Falcons with possession again. Haley Marlowe gets into the lane, gets cut off, gets it out to Olivia Mayer, and Mayer goes off the glass, no good. Rebound, Barry underneath the bucket, and she draws the foul. Tristan Martin will check in for the Nanooks here momentarily. She comes in to get Emma Wass, who just picked up her third foul. So quick sub here as Wass picking up the third foul. Skylar Berry to the free throw line. She's got 4 points in the ball game. Skylar Berry, preseason All-GNAC, as she puts in the first free throw. Second on the team, the Falcons in scoring at 9.2 points per ball game. And second free throw is no good. Berry, a good free throw shooter, though, 79% coming into the game. Goes 1 of 2 there. Here's Martin getting it to Kayla Johnson, and they're going to say that she pushed off on Leisure. And so Kayla Johnson called for the foul. And it'll be the Falcons with possession. Haley Marlowe will bring it across. Marlowe and Olivia Mayer, both from Spokane, played together, or not. They were not high school teammates, but they played in high school. As Leisure leaves this one short, and the rebound ends up in the hands of Tristan Martin. Long baseball pass, and that one didn't work from McKinney, trying to get it ahead for Tiulana. Here's Leisure getting into the lane, putting it up and in. As she put the spin move there and got the shot to go. Martin comes down with the offensive rebound and couldn't get it to go, as the Nanooks with about 3 shots at the bucket there. Couldn't get it. Here's a nice cut by Marlowe into the lane, and a nice assist there by Skylar Berry. And the Falcons jump back out to a 16-point lead. First 2 points of the ball game for Haley Marlowe. And Skylar Berry, a good-looking assist there. 8:06 to go third quarter, and a quick timeout by Amy Donovan, as Falcons have scored the first 5 here in the third quarter. We will step aside here on the SPU webcast and be right back with you in just a moment. 8:06 to go, third quarter, as we welcome you back inside Royal Brown Pavilion. Falcons with a 16-point lead over the Nanoks. And this will be Taryn Lindsay bringing it across midcourt now for Alaska Fairbanks, being guarded by Haley Marlowe. A nice pass there to Silva underneath. Silva gets it back out to Kayla Johnson. And Tiolana now with it. Martin will get it to Lindsay. Lindsay starts and stops, pulls up from the free throw line, from the elbow there, and she puts it in. Taryn Lindsay with a couple of points. And this is Haley Marlowe the other way for Hunter Buren, who had a great first half. Buren has it knocked away from behind. And now Grace Leisure comes back up with it, though. Puts the shot up over the bucket. Buren rather, with a rebound. And now Buren is going to take a three from the left corner, and she drains it. Hunter Buren with 4 threes in this ball game, and now 16 points overall. 43-26 Falcons. As they're hitting enough shots here to get out to a comfortable lead on the Nanoks. As Mayer going to be whistled for the foul coming over the back of Ellen Silva. And that is the second foul on Olivia Mayer. Olivia Mayer had a great career at Whitworth in the at the Division III level. 2 years there at Whitworth. As this is Silva from the baseline, puts it up and in over Mayer. But Mayer taking her game to the Division II level now. Silva with 4 points, and the Nanoks back within 15. Falcons trying to keep them at arm's length. Here's Mayer, a three on the way, nothing but net. It's a 2, actually. She did not have her feet set behind the arc, but a long 2 there for Mayer. And Mayer has 10 points in the ball game. Falcons back out to a 17-point lead. Here's Kayla Johnson again. Gets it out to Silva. Single digits on the shot clock as driving now, and that one off the glass. Rebound pulled down by Kayla Johnson, and she couldn't get the shot to go. Martin going to take a free throw line jumper, and that one is off the mark. Rebound comes down and is tied up. 5:45 to go in the third quarter. And the Nanoks will keep it on the alternating possession. As Lindsay gets it in to Kayla Johnson, and now we get a whistle. And they're going to call a foul on Grace Leisure for, I'm going to say, a push in the back there. That is her third foul. She'll stay out there. And the pass comes into Silva at the top of the key. Tiolana over to Johnson. We get another whistle. And a foul away from the ball. That's going to go on Skylar Berry. Haley-Ann Ota will check in for Grace Leisure now. As Fairbanks keeps it 20 on the shot clock now as they reset it to 20. And they'll get it into Silva. Here's Kayla Johnson for Tristan Martin. Silva trying to go around. Skylar Berry turns around, puts up the floater, the turnaround jumper rather, and puts it in. Good looking shot there by Silva. And she's got 6 in the ball game, 45-30. Falcons with the lead. This is the official home opener for the Falcons. They did play an exhibition game here, as this one goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Nanoks. 5:02 to go, third quarter, as Echo Hopkins comes back in. Hopkins out of Denver, Colorado, a freshman. And Taryn Lindsay, also from the state of Colorado, moving it across midcourt. Nice move into the lane there, but couldn't get the shot to go, and the rebound comes down to Ota. Falcons back the other way. Buren threads a pass through, and Marlowe kicks it out to Mayer in the corner. A nice offensive possession there as Buren got it to Marlowe, who immediately got it to Olivia Mayer for an open three from the corner. Falcons by 18. Echo Hopkins will get it to Taryn Lindsay. And here's Silva with it now. Single digits on the shot clock. Kayla Johnson looking for somewhere to go with it. 2 on the shot clock. And this is going to be a shot clock violation as Mayer blocks Tiolana's shot. But the shot clock had expired before the block shot there. And Mike Simonson fired up about that defensive possession there as we get to a timeout on the floor with 4:08 to go in the third quarter. 48-30 is your score. Falcons by 18. We'll be right back. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SP webcast. 48-30, Falcons with the lead, trying to run their record to 1-0 here at home. As Falcons shooting 43% from the floor, Nanox shooting 30%, and from beyond the arc, Falcons 6 of 13. The Nanox just 1 of 7. Rebounding battle pretty even. Falcons 26-25 with the edge there. As they have the offensive possession. Ota will feed it to Marlowe. And now Barry swings it out to Hunter Buren. Ota going to take a three from the right wing, and that one is off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Ellen Silva. And Jada Van Dyke will get it across midcourt. For the Nanooks, they trail by 18 as Mayer gets a hand in the passing lane there, but the Nanooks keep possession. Here's McKinney taking a deep three, and that one comes up short. Marlowe will take the pass from Buren and take it to the bucket for 2. As Buren just kind of laid that one out in front of Marlowe, led her to the bucket. And the Falcons with a 20-point lead. This one, nice pass through into traffic there as Echo Hopkins goes down hard. Foul called on Haley Marlowe, and that'll be her third. Picked up 2 quick ones in the first half, and picking up another one here at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Lane Kearns will come in to get her. Kearns out of Hamilton, Montana, freshman. And the free throw up and good by Echo Hopkins. As Echo Hopkins now on the board with 2 free throws. As she comes in to the game, 5 of 6 on the season from the free throw line. And gets 2 here. Kearns will go to Mayer, and Mayer trying to drive through traffic. Silva blocks it out of bounds. And Falcons will keep possession with 13 on the shot clock. 2:43 to go on the game clock here in the third quarter. Marlowe picked up her third foul, and she's still out there. It was actually Hunter Buren that came off. Here's Mayer. Nice move there. Kearns is wide open in the corner for a three, and that one rims out. Mayer with the rebound. Goes back up, gets blocked by Silva, and it's going to be out of bounds. It'll stay with the Falcons with 2:27 to go here in the third. And SPU with an 18-point lead. Marlowe will get it in to Kearns. And Barry for Mayer for a three from the left wing, no good. And the Nanoks with the rebound coming the other way. Silva will get it to Emma McKinney. Falcons have done a good job on her tonight, as she has that one ripped away as she tried to cut into the lane there. Falcons going the other way with it. Here's Mayer driving through traffic, puts it up and in. Good move to the bucket by Olivia Mayer. And she's got 15 points in the ball game. Skylar Berry with the assist. 20-point lead again for SPU. McKinney hounded there by Marlowe, but she gets it off. Now Van Dyke will get it to Silva. Kayla Johnson puts up the turnaround in the lane and puts it in. And Kayla Johnson had 13 in the first half. Those are her first two of the second half. 52-34. Falcons by 18. Closing in on a minute to go here in the third quarter. Haley Marlowe will lose that one as she was trying to thread a pass through, but there was nobody cutting to the bucket. So the Nanoks have it, down 18. Underneath, Silva gets it to Kayla Johnson. She couldn't convert. And it's out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Falcons. Bishop, Buren, and now Leisure back in for SPU. Ota will stay out there. And Marlowe coming out. Let's see. Kearns is back out for SPU. Silva, Martin, Johnson, and Kearns gets whistled for an offensive foul there. She pushed up on Jana Van Dyke. Also on the floor, Anna Nevison out of the UK. Kearns with 3 fouls in the ball game, a couple of them on the offensive end. You don't mind a player that will be a little aggressive offensively, though, from time to time. That one, definitely, the last foul on Kearns was for sure a foul. There was another one that may have been a little questionable, an offensive foul called on her earlier. But Nanoks throw it away, and the Falcons will have what could be the final possession of the third quarter here. Leisure going to take a three with a lot of time left on the game clock, but she had an open three, and she knocks it in. And the Falcons with a 21-point lead, and the Nanoks not going to be able to get a shot up as Kayla Johnson with a half-court heave there goes wide of the backboard. Falcons lead it by 21 at the end of three, 55-34. We'll be back in just a moment on the SPU webcast. 10 minutes left to go in the ball game. Falcons with a 21-point lead over the Nanoks, 55-34. And the Falcons just have shot the ball better from the floor, 42% to 30% overall. And they are 41% beyond the arc to just 13% for the Nanoks. Both teams solid at the free throw line. And a pretty even rebounding battle. Falcons with a 30-28 edge there. But the Falcons have led pretty much wire to wire. The Nanoks did have a lead early in the ball game at 2-0 actually, as Leisure misses and Bishop ends up with the rebound and keeps the possession alive. Here's Marlowe. That's Buren feeding Bishop in the lane, and Amelia Bishop gets on the board for SPU. Nevison will get it to Martin the other way. And now Van Dyke has her pocket picked there momentarily by Bishop. Gets it back. And now Wass almost threw it away. Johnson is able to get back to it. Gets the screen now. And has to put up the shot. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Kearns. Lane Kearns leaking out the other way. And she will find Haley-Ann Ota in transition for a three. And that one's off the iron, no good. Rebound Nevison for the Nanoks. Falcons by 23. Fairbanks has turned it over a lot. Both teams really have. As we get a whistle here. And Lane Kearns picks up her fourth. Haley Marlowe will come back in. As taking a look at the turnovers here, Fairbanks has turned it over 19 times in the ballgame. Falcons have turned it over 14 times. Here's Wass getting to the bucket, lays it up, and that one spins out. Gets her own rebound, though, and now picks up a foul on Amelia Bishop. And so Bishop commits the foul. Wass to the free throw line. Wass has had a good, solid start to the season for the Nanoks in her senior year. As this one off the front iron, no good. She'll get another one here. 62% from the line coming into the ball game tonight. And she gets one of two there. 22-point lead for SPU. Ota will get it to Hunter Buren now, and she stops and pops from about 12 feet out on the baseline. And Hunter Buren with 18 points in the ballgame. Wass down low for Martin. Good find, and Martin lays it up and in. Tristan Martin on the board with 4 points now. Here's Buren the other way. Buren is going to stop and pop and put another one in. Hunter Buren with 20 points in the ballgame. That's got to be one of her best nights of her college career, as Haley Marlowe tries to save that one and can't do it. Taryn Lindsay coming in for SPU. And the Falcons with a 24-point lead. 61-37. Jelena Carlisle will come back in and let her know that she needs to tuck in the jersey to the shorts there. Here's Wass getting to the bucket, and Carlisle may have gotten a piece of it from behind. Bishop was in front, and the Falcons taking it back the other way with a 24-point lead. Ota will get it to Carlisle. Now Bishop at the top of the key. Will hand off to Leisure. Here's Ota driving, kicking it out to Leisure for a three. And that one goes down for Grace Leisure. as the Falcons take a 27-point lead, and we get a whistle. And not sure why they blew the play dead there. From where I'm at, I cannot hear what the official is saying. And actually, I think they're going to stop it and review whether that was a 3. They called it a 3 on the floor. And it'll stand as a 3 for now. They may take a look at that later. They're going to inbound from the sideline here. The Nanoks will. Typically on a questionable 2 or 3 like that, they won't review it until there's a dead ball. There's a timeout. And so they will take a look at that most likely at the next timeout. As this one is knocked away, and the last touch by the Nanoks. Falcons will take it back with 6:45 to go in the ball game. Falcons have forced turnovers quite well tonight as Ota gets to the bucket and leaves it short. Nanoks back the other way. Taryn Lindsay with it. Gets it to Wass. She goes over the top for Martin, but it's knocked away. Carlisle came up with it. Gets it to Ota. And another turnover committed by the Nanoks. Falcons with a 27-point lead. Here's Carlisle thinking about a 3. Instead, gets it to Leisure down low. And Leisure goes up and draws the foul. With 6:04 to go. Foul goes on Jada Van Dyke. Hunter Buren, previous to tonight, her career high was 17 versus St. Martin's here in January of 2021. And Hunter Buren, 20 tonight, a new career high for Hunter Buren. Did not get the start tonight. Redshirt junior out of Mukilteo, Washington, just up the road. Leisure misses on both free throws. And the Nanoks back the other way. Van Dyke misses on the shot. Rebound to Carlisle. Under 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Falcons with a 27-point lead. Here's Haley Marlowe. Inside for Bishop. Bishop being guarded by Warham, and Warham with a good defense there, forces the missed shot. Lindsay back the other way, 5.5 to play. Hallie Warham will get it to Ellen Silva. And now it's knocked away from behind by Bishop. In front as Leisure tried to get it to Carlisle, and Carlisle couldn't corral that one. Lost it out of bounds. Neither of these teams really has played a clean ball game tonight. Lots of turnovers. But the Falcons are going to go to 1-0 at home here. As Haley Marlowe whistled for a foul. That'll be her 4th. Lane Kearns will come back in. And I believe she has 4. Marlowe stays out there. Ota goes to the bench. 5 minutes to go in the ball game, and Lindsay couldn't get the shot to go. Nanoks keeping the possession alive. Here's Warham. A 3 on the way from Tijuana, but she couldn't get it to go. And the Falcons with the rebound coming back the other way. Marlowe tried to get it to Leisure, and she had it knocked away. Not the cleanest played ball game by either team. But the Falcons on their way to a win to go to 1-0 at home. Going to have a little tougher test coming in on Saturday with Alaska Anchorage. Anchorage features Vishay Rab. Jada Van Dyke commits her second foul, and we get to a timeout on the floor with 4:18 to go in the ball game. Final media timeout. Falcons lead it comfortably by 27. We'll be right back in just a moment. Back inside Royal Broman Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast, and the Falcons cruising here up by 27 with 4:18 to go in the ball game. Hunter Buren, 20 points, a career high for her, and she is on the bench at the moment. As they did actually review the bucket by Leisure there, and they changed it to a 2. So I said that they had a 27-point lead, make it 26. And Grace Leisure with a point taken off. She's got 13. She's had a solid game. Here's Kearns. And had that one knocked away, but we're going to get a foul called on the Nanooks. And that one is going to go on Jada Van Dyke. Kayla Johnson back in for Van Dyke. Nanooks with a couple of local products. Johnson from Federal Way, Warham from Edmonds. And they also have a graduate transfer from Toppenish, Washington, which is not exactly local, but within the state. But she has not been in the ballgame tonight. Bishop will draw the foul here against Taylor Tijuana. Lily Stewart, the graduate transfer from Evergreen State. Originally from Toppenish, Washington. As Amelia Bishop will head to the free throw line and misses the first free throw. 3:55 to go in the ball game. Amelia Bishop, not a particularly good free throw shooter, gets 1 of 2 here. She came into the game 1 of 5 at the free throw line. So 20% coming into the ball game. Gets 1 of 2 here, and that percentage goes up. Into the lane, Warham had it knocked away, but Kayla Johnson picks it up. Here's Silva from the free throw line. That one off the mark, no good. Rebound to Kearns. Laying Kearns ahead for Grace Leisure. Leisure running into traffic there a little bit, and we're going to get a held ball called now with 3:30 to go in the ball game. It'll go back to the Nanooks on the alternating possession. We'll get another timeout here called by the Nanooks. As score was 64-37 heading into the last timeout. They took a point off from Grace Leisure, and then Amelia Bishop puts that point back up. And so it is a 27-point lead again for SPU. Falcons with a 1-5 record coming in, and I mentioned they did win an exhibition game here on their home floor, but that one didn't count. This, the official home opener, as they try to go to 1-0. They would love to get the game on Saturday from Anchorage as well. I'm going to be a little bit more difficult based on what we've seen of Anchorage in the past. This is Hallie Warham. Getting around Jelena Carlisle, and that one off the mark. Bishop with the rebound. Haley Marlowe the other way with 3 minutes to play in the ballgame. Marlowe drives, lays it up, couldn't get the shot to go. And it's Lindsay with the rebound. A shot going up from the corner from Tijuana, and we get a whistle on the rebound. Foul's going to go on Haley Marlowe, and that's going to do it for her. She fouls out of the game with 2:45 to play. Haley and Ota will come get her, and Fairbanks making a few subs here as Wass comes back out, Nevison, Martin, and Van Dyke. McKinney on the floor as well. We get a whistle on the inbounds pass. And you're going to get Amelia Bishop on the foul. That'll be her second. She'll go over and have a word with her head coach. He's just trying to coach her up a little bit on playing defense there on MOS. But she'll stay in with 2 fouls. And now Grace Leisure will head back out toward midcourt. Switching spots with Bishop. Wass made the first free throw, misses the second. And the Falcons with possession, and we get a whistle. And let's see. I think they may have just blown it dead to wipe up the floor. But they give the Falcons the ball in front of the scorer's table. 2:40 to go. Here's Lane Kearns getting it out to Bishop. And now Ota driving. Kicks it out for Leisure. And that one off the rim, no good. Rebound down to Amelia Bishop, though. Leisure will get it to Carlisle for a 3, and that one is off the iron, no good. Rebound to Wass. And she will bring it the other way. McKinney will bring it the other way. Here's Van Dyke getting into the lane, kicking it in the corner for a 3. And that one goes down from Anna Nevison. A good possession there for the Nanooks. They get back to within 23. Here's Kearns driving the lane, putting it up and in. And she will head to the free throw line. Good take into the lane there by Lane Kearns. And she will have one at the free throw line. Fairbanks will bring in Echo Hopkins and Lily Stewart. I mentioned Lily Stewart. Hadn't seen her yet tonight, but she is in now. Graduate transfer from Evergreen State College, which is just down the road in Olympia. As Kearns gets the three-point play. And Kearns, they have 3 points on the board for her. Hard to believe that those are her first 3 of the night, but we'll check that. Have her for 4 points. And no, actually now she's got 5. So she had 3. She gets a couple of free throws there. No, I'm sorry. She had a 2 and then plus 1. So we're set now. Lane Kearns has 5 points in the ballgame. Falcons by 26 with just over a minute to play. Ota kicks it in the corner for Leisure. She puts up the 3 and puts it in from the left corner. And Grace Leisure gets the Falcons to 70 points. Leisure with 16. Stewart will get it to Van Dyke. And now a 3 on the way from Hopkins is off the mark. No good. Rebound to Bishop. As Hunter Buren with a career-high 20. And let's check on Grace Leisure here. This is a tie for her career high. She's got 16. She had 16 a couple of weeks ago at Cal State San Marcos. Not even quite 2 weeks ago, as Carlisle misses on that one. Here's McKinney the other way. Gets into the lane, puts it up, and there's a whistle right before the buzzer. And they're going to call a foul here on Haley-Ann Ota. That'll be her first. And I believe that they will put a little bit of time back on the clock. But it's inconsequential here as the Falcons lead it by 29 at the moment. Game not complete yet. They put .1 back on the clock, and they will give 2 shots to Emma McKinney. 1.2 rather. 1.2 seconds left in the ball game. So McKinney will get a couple of free throws here. McKinney came in leading the active Nanooks in scoring, 10.4 points per game. Mentioned Destiny Reimers at 10.7. McKinney gets both free throws. And the Falcons really held her in check tonight as Falcons cruise to a 70-43 win as Fairbanks really couldn't get much going on offense throughout the ball game. Falcons go 42% from the floor. The Nanooks just 25%. And the Falcons go 8 of 23 beyond the arc. Nanooks go just 2 of 12. Both teams fairly solid from the free throw line. Fairbanks was 13 of 17. The Falcons were 8 of 12. And the Falcons out-rebounded the Nanooks by a count of 43-39. Looking at the turnovers, Nanooks turned it over 22 times, and the Falcons turned it over 17 times. So not the cleanest, the most cleanly played ball game, if I could get that out. But the Falcons with the win by a count of 70-43. Nanooks get 15 from Kayla Johnson. 13 of those were in the first half. And she ends up with 7 rebounds as well. So good ball game from Kayla Johnson from down the road in Federal Way. Emma Wass with 6 points and 8 rebounds for the Nanooks. And for the Falcons, 20 for Hunter Beard. That's a new career high for her. She had 3 rebounds, 4 assists. And she went 4 of 5 from three-point land in the ball game. 16 for Grace Leisure to go with 4 steals and 3 rebounds. Had an assist as well. And Grace Leisure ties her career high. Olivia Mayer with 15 points and 7 rebounds as well for SPU. As they win it by 27. That'll do it for tonight's women's basketball broadcast. The men have taken the court. It'll be Fairbanks and SPU coming up on the men's side at 7:30. And we'll have that one for you on the SPU webcast. We're going to wrap this one up, though. Falcons with a 70-43 win over the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks. See you Saturday. If you're not coming back for the men's game, the women will be back in action on Saturday at 2 p.m. against Alaska Anchorage. And either talk to you here shortly for the men's game or catch you back on Saturday for SPU's next home game on the women's side. 70-43, they get this one done over the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks to go to 1-0 on the GNAC season.